Listen. It's Frankenstein. That way.
Sounds like Big X the plug over.
How come I can't hear Steven?
I can't hear myself either. Hardly. Can anybody else hear me?
No.
Testing.
Oh,
There he is. He forgot to turn my mic on, y'all. But are we live now? We're live. And do we have anybody in here kicking it, watching? It's a bit of a surprise. We put out the call today for the listeners to check it out and hang with us for the next hour or so and talk about what's been going on, you know?
Yeah, what's been going on, Steven?
Golly. So much I'm tired of all of it. And I just...
Steven's pissed today.
I wouldn't say pissed.
Fuck yeah, I would.
I'm fed up.
It was heated.
Heated?
Yeah.
I don't know about heated.
He's all heated.
Why
Why you all heated today, Steven?
I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
precipice of World War III continues.
Yeah. Precipice is a cool word.
Yeah. Pulled that one out of my word of the day toilet paper that I get. That was today.
That's sarcastic, but it's actually a great idea.
Does it not exist?
Not yet.
I mean, it does because it's in my bathroom right now. That's how I learned the word.
I knew it anyway.
Posthumously.
Hominously. Anybody know how to say that word? Somebody?
Yeah, somebody put it out in the chat.
Yeah, like describe
Brenda, what's up, Brenda? I haven't seen you in so long. What's up, Brenda?
it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Brenda, if you know how to say hominously,
Eric, will you engage in the chat
Posthumously?
and tell and put that word in there that we can't say?
post-hominous, and don't look up what word we're trying to say. Just spell some wild shit. Yeah. Post-hominous. If you know how to say that shit.
What's your name again?
Help us out by giving me the phonetics on that right quick. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're at the precipice of World War III.
And that seems terrible. And then America has got its own stuff going on. This bill, this list, this... I mean, it's just so much wrapped into the bill as well. But really just the immigration stuff. Everything is just coming to a head where I'm just tired of all of it because it just seems so destitute.
Posthumous. That's not even close to what I was saying. Thanks for trying, Brenda. Posthumous. Well, ain't that about a
Posthumous.
bottom dollar biscuit of a word?
Bottom dollar biscuit of a word.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Ain't that about a bottom dollar biscuit of a word? Hey, so speaking of the bottom dollar biscuits,
Let's drink this beer. Eric, let's pull the beer out. Bottom dollar biscuit.
Speaking of a bottom dollar biscuit, in the meantime, real quick though, yeah, I guess there's a few things going on, ain't there?
Isn't it? What a good turn of phrase.
Yeah,
that I think comes from the native culture, like Native American specific culture of that phrase. Am I wrong with that?
I don't know. I think I don't know, because you know who else says that shit is the English. And the thing is I feel like the English slang, because of Canada's population, makes its way through Canada, and then that English kind of fell, especially on like the First Nations.
Yeah.
And so has kind of like, especially the northern cats, and I think it's U.S. is the same way, but I think it comes from walking on what the governor, isn't it? You know. And I don't know if it comes from that, and I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up, and maybe the natives, just because of the way English is formulated.
How do you think? Here, take this.
Came up with the same thing. I don't know, but I think that's what that is. In any case,
How do you think you say the name of this type of
this right
beer?
here? This right here is Alsatian Pilsner.
Alsatian is it? I think that's how I'd say it.
I said Alsatian, but yeah, Alsatian.
I don't know. I saw
Alsatian.
the fucking
Alsatian.
egret crane, whatever that is on there.
Alsatian.
Eric, how would you? Fucking Gatsby. How would you say it?
See,
Gatsby. German Shepherd. That's
See?
not the right answer, dude. Answer my question. I'm gonna treat you like ChatGPT.
what is that? What does that say?
The Altesian Pilsner.
Altesian. Oh no, Alsatian.
Because they do tell us on the can. It says this beer style hails from the
Let's hear this.
Alsace region.
That's.
Oh, this is good for me. Yeah, I'll read it with this going.
Do I mix this one or no? I remember that one time you made me mix it, and then ever since then I feel like I'm supposed to do a thing.
No, don't mix this.
You were like, you have to roll the can, and ever since then I'm like, I always think I got to roll cans or something.
I told you that 5 years ago.
So for 5 years I've been rolling cans. I don't know what the fuck.
We've had a.
Say that shit again, old weird old lady. That's not real. Can we rewind? I just want to hear it again. Alsatian. I said the right thing the first time. It
So
took me a second.
then would it be the Alsace
Alsatian.
region of northern France? And much
It'd
like
be Alsatia.
much like the graceful white stork. Damn, not even close. Egret nor fucking crane. It's a stork on the can. But much like the graceful white stork, a symbol of the area, this beer delivers flavor, not babies.
Huh.
Brewed with continental pilsner, a touch of corn, and a single hopped with French Strisselblatt hops. Santé.
Cool.
Santé? I don't know. Is that French for
I
cheers?
don't know what the fuck that means. Can I crack it or not? It means fucking watch this right here.
Why don't you wait?
Why?
Why don't you wait? And I don't know. Maybe do the intro before we do the beer.
You know what? That's a goddamn good point. This man is a motherfucking genius. What day is it?
July 16th.
July 16th.
What a month. What a month.
2025.
That year
Ooh,
sounds.
what a day. About 7, almost 8 o'clock p.m., I'm sure. Here in Mountain Standard Time, we out here live.
MST.
Unless you're watching this later and then it's not live.
Coming to you from MST.
Yeah, fucking MST. My name is Justin. To my left, your right, that's going to be Steven.
What's up, everybody? Today
Great.
we're doing something a little bit different.
We got a producer as well, but we working on Steven's ability to relabel things.
Relabel things. That's right. I guess.
Yeah.
Relabel.
In any
Or
case, it's the Lone Ranger versus Tonto in this motherfucking I'm talking about. Shit.
Damn.
It feels like it's been forever, even though it's been like a month. Right? Been a month or a couple weeks, few weeks. A month.
I think it's been a month. And we should, before we go any further, also introduce our new producer that we just brought in, the great Gatsby.
I'm not saying that.
Applause. Where's the applause? Gatsby, he's new. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you. Golly.
New.
The old guy was so much better, but Gatsby will learn. Gatsby will learn. So he's with us here today.
Well, you know who's not changed, okay? I'll tell you right now. Will never change. Will always be here 100%. It's Guy Spencer.
Oh, not yet.
Come on, I want to crack it.
Well, you didn't even let me do my intro bit.
Okay.
I told you about it. I told him about it. He didn't listen, but that's okay.
Might have mentioned it in passing.
Because I just want to mention a little bit of advice from one of my favorite artists, and I want you, if you're listening or if you're hearing this, put who you think this is, song and artist, in the chat. In the chat while we're live. We'll tell the answer at the end. I'll also tell you what song and artist it is at the end. But I want you to remember this quote.
It's true. He did say this, but I get to play, so I didn't know what it was yet.
Yeah,
So
you
let's
do
go.
get to play. We'll see if you know at the end.
Yeah. I'm gonna spit it out right now and tell everybody.
No. You might know it.
Coolio.
You should know it.
Fantastic Voyage.
Ooh, no, you got to do artist and song.
Coolio. Fantastic Voyage.
Oh, that I see. I thought you were doing 80s band shit. Fantastic Voyage.
Come on, man.
I just want to remind everybody, live for the funk, die for the funk. That's it.
That's what you...
Ooh, now we don't know. Now we can intro Guy Spencer. You got that intro lined up yet?
No, I don't want to play that one. I'm over it. I listened to it the last time I was over it.
Oh, and we're cracking them? That's
we
enough.
did it. Oh, I meant to do it for the mic. See?
Well,
we gotta make
Gatsby can mic his. Gatsby can.
We gotta make a new one with a new AI prompt. That's been like 2 AI generations, 2 years of AI generations ago. That was some old shit. Damn.
Prime.
Slap me in the ear, boy.
I hope that made y'all as thirsty as it made me. Main Rock's here, tuned in. Is that the new space with the real window?
Oh yeah, it's been a minute since he's been tuned in.
New window. Also, if you didn't notice, my friend Main Rock, you might not have noticed the signed poster that was delivered to us by one of our last guests.
Shout out to Spoken Words for the fantastic,
also joined
most generous
by
gift.
AG from the 303. That's right. AG from the 303 was here that night as well.
Oh, yeah.
When we caught this poster, so shout out to them. Shout out to Body Bag Battles for bringing us in after that with the DJ battle we did. I got to meet DJ Jones. I got to meet fucking DJ Pause the Music. I got to meet all these people that like I've only known. I've only known from like their name and like hearing what they do. And so it was really cool to do that. We got to sit down with a bunch of people that were DJing and a bunch of people just involved in that whole environment. It was so good. So big shout out to our friend JR, our friend Spoken Words, for bringing us in for that, because that was a ton of fun. And you know that I love doing that shit. That's right, buddy.
All right. Well, how about you? Let's
missed that one.
Keep the ball rolling and tell me what the fuck we drinking over here. What is this?
You already told us it's an Asian ale.
We had a whole conversation about what that word probably or might mean. Allegedly,
I read you the description of the beer on the side
what that
of the
beer
can.
Allegedly says. But what are you saying we drink? You always break it down.
Well, you know, my big breakdown is this beer's from D-Bolt. I'm not sure exactly how to say that name either. Which is up in like Wheat Ridges, I think. No, it says Denver. Yeah, because it's in like, you know, the Tennyson area. Or at least that's where they started. And I'll be honest, when they first started and released some beers, because that's not the place they were at. So they've moved since then. But when they first...
How old is this fucking beer?
Well, the beer's new. The brewery is not. The brewery started...
How do we know we got a new beer?
There's a born on date usually on all of them.
Oh, man, mine don't have a born on date.
You're done born on date.
Fuck.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
But
I can't drink this.
D-Bolt, the first time I went there to check it out, maybe
I keep thinking you're saying Debo.
6 months after they opened, and I tried their beer, and it was really bad. It was bad. Like, I was brewing a lot at the time, and I could really easily be like, man, they're fucking this up, they're fucking that up. And they were a new brewery, and it's tough I get it, it's tough. And right now, there's what the beer industry is calling a brew apocalypse in the Colorado area, because there's been like 40 closings of breweries in the last year, and they just keep dropping off. And it's good to see that D-Bolt, I think is how the guy at the store said it. D-Bolt has survived, which means that their beer's gotten better, because the people who I've seen close, it ain't no beer I'm missing, right? It's not beer that I'm like, oh, bummer, they're closed. It's like beer that I've had that I'm like, meh. You know, I had it was fine, and I get why they're not staying in business, because they weren't doing anything special or unique or cool or anything. And, you know, I think it's good for the beer industry, honestly, to drop off some of the slack of fucking breweries that were built to basically be sold to Budweiser or Coors, so that they could take it over and they could sell out and make a couple $1 million and sell their brewery and get off of that. But if you're still in the game now making beer like this, because this beer's good. I really like this. What do you think of it?
Yeah. It I don't know.
It's like a fancy Modelo, right?
A fancy Modelo is a very strange way to describe this beer.
How is it different?
Maybe you have one from the new one, and maybe I have one from the old one.
You think?
But mine kind of tastes like you would take this. So I watched this episode of Meat Eater one time, and they had like these. They called it the ribeye of the sky, and it's this
the sage grouse.
Is it this? No. It's like a crane looking type bird.
Pretty sure it's the sage grouse.
No, ribeye of the sky, and
Gatsby's on it.
let's see the sandhill crane, and so they have a whole episode on the sandhill crane, and of course, like, because it's Meat Eater, after they get them, then they go through a whole recipe and eating them, whatever.
Such a great show. I love Meat Eater.
But I'm pretty sure it's this episode where ahead of time though, like, because like as soon as they're butchering them, they do like some of the stuff like real fresh, and they'll like take a sliver of the liver and shit, weird stuff like that. And I imagine that's what this tastes like, what they're tasting when they take raw liver. And it's not like the most grossest thing that you could imagine, but I can't say that it's enjoyable.
Like if you've had a piece of ahi tuna, I think.
Oh hell, this is absolutely the opposite of ahi tuna. Ahi tuna is delicious. It is. Oh man, what are you drinking compared to me? Did you give me the fake one?
Into it.
It tastes like what?
It tastes like I need salt into it.
Well, like I said, like a fancy Modelo. Like, yeah.
No. Mine don't
Gatsby's
taste like
over
that.
here.
What are you guys drinking compared to me?
I don't know if Gatsby's had a drink. I don't know if he's of age to drink, to be honest. I don't know if we can have one of those.
Mine tastes like a sour on its way to IPA.
You really think they're that different?
I'm nervous. I don't want to drink yours. What if you got cooties? Well, what's wrong with mine?
Give me your cup. I'll pour some in.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. See?
Existence, hearts, existence, hearts, existence, hearts, existence, hearts, existence, hearts, existence, hearts, www.
Don't do that again, Gatsby.
I don't know what that was. That's hilarious. Well, you out of your mind. You don't like that stuff. Get off the internet if you don't have a childish mind.
I don't know what that was or meant or did. Oh, one in the other. Two fists in it. He's decided.
Yours is definitely smoother and calmer than mine.
The glass will definitely do that. That could be the
This
glass's
fucking
effect.
guy and the receptacle. Quit telling me that the receptacle changes the taste.
When did we back up 4 years? You haven't brought this argument up in years.
Quit fucking telling me about the cups. It's been 4 years and now you bring it up. I got trauma. I got cup trauma. He said, fancy Modelo, ain't that Jose? That's a fancy Modelo,
boy. Boy, I remember when Maine came on, we had the lunch beer from Maine Brewing Company. Little fun play on that, and I think it opened up Maine's eyes to what real craft delicious beer can be, because he looked at that beer like he ain't never had a beer like that before. Like, I didn't know they could taste that good. And I almost bought a bottle of lunch today, Maine, but I went with another classic instead and drank that before the podcast. So y'all don't get to, we have done that beer on the, oh no, we haven't done that beer on the podcast. We did one from the brewery, the one that I had tonight that is really good. And this is just the lighter version of the one we did, because we did the Pliny the Elder, I think, very early on, but y'all don't know about that because those are probably some of the unreleased archives that
no, I think we have one in there, and I remember that one was disgusting.
Yeah, you didn't like that one.
It was absolutely awful.
No, but it's a fantastic beer.
Okay,
you just don't know shit.
I have to go get it, and I'm like, you out of your mind, Guy Spencer?
Oh, I look for it. Now it's easier to get 4 years later, and distribution has changed for them, and it's a lot easier to get. Maine, not so much. Maine Brewing Company is a rare find that I normally buy when I find it. But this, my mission today, I already had.
That you on Reddit right there? Anyone know where I could find Pliny the Elder in Denver?
Yeah, I can just tell you. It's not me because I would know.
Well, it says 3 years ago. Was that you before you knew?
No, I would have known 3 years ago.
What a name. Yeah, that shit was not good.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Did not enjoy.
I had the lighter version of it that I had tonight is called Blind Pig. Look up that one. That one's got a way cooler, like, dynamic label. I love the Pliny the Elder label because it's just like classic, Belgian style label. And but Blind Pig is also got a fun little label as well, from Russian River, where they just make awesome.
Can they see that producer?
Hell yeah, Gatsby. That's the man. That's the Blind Pig.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good label too. They have great labels.
Huh.
They defined this bottle style across. Maine Brewing Company uses the same bottles as they do, and just like they were the only ones doing it.
Does that change the flavor?
No, it's just like
why wouldn't that change the flavor?
It's marketing because you're supposed to pour these beers out. I mean, it changes the flavor in the fact that like you can't drink out of those bottles because the neck is really narrow, and that was the point. And so you see a lot of breweries who want to copy or like mimic or be able to run the same play as Russian River has done, because Russian River is like a classic California brewing company that like started much earlier.
Not Russian?
No. The Russian River Valley is the northern part of California where a lot of the wine country is the Russian River Valley. And so it comes from that name. And that's also like hop country where you can grow hops. And that's one of the reasons that
I only fuck with hip hop country.
That's fair.
I meant that in a place, not a genre of music.
No, you meant that as you love Post Malone, Jelly Roll collabs.
For what it's worth, I mean, I'm not the target audience, but I'm not mad at Jelly Roll.
I'm not mad at him either. I like Jelly Roll.
I'm not a Post Malone fan,
I'm not
obviously.
gonna listen to Jelly Roll's
I'm not
album.
fucking listening to fucking what's the food? It's not Paris Morgan. What's his name?
Pierce Morgan.
No, fucking what's his name? Morgan Wallace, is that his name?
Morgan
Freeman.
Morgan Walnuts.
Oh man, Morgan. Is it Wallace?
Walnuts.
Waller?
Walnuts.
Walter.
Walnuts.
Whatever his name is, I don't fuck with
Pretty
that
sure it's
shit.
Walnuts. Pretty sure.
Somebody's mad at me right now, but I don't fuck with that.
Gatsby, is it walnuts or walrus?
Morgan Walnuts.
Yeah. Like I said. I didn't think it was walrus. You're wrong.
Morgan Walrus Nuts. What a day.
You know,
what a day.
What a day.
What'll happen next?
Give us an update. You've poured your beer now that you had. Is it better in the glass?
It's better because I could take smaller sips.
Okay. That's all you had for us? You're going to leave us with dead air because you can take smaller sips?
Fin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And yeah. So last time we chatted, we talked to you and I, Mr. Justin Eugene Romero.
What a middle name.
Is that not your middle name?
What a day. What a day.
Michael.
Absolutely not. Got a fun story about that, though.
Is your middle name... Who knows Justin's middle name? Put it in the chat. Where's the chat at on this? Help me out.
Why is everybody trying to play out my government? Like, it ain't already out. This is my Facebook name. Is my whole name, I think.
Is it?
Morgan White Boy?
That's what I said, man. That's that.
Oh, is
that's
that, maybe he was quoting you there, and I didn't hear you. That's my fault. Almost gave main credit for your
my quote tweet. You got to quote tweet me.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not who says it first; it's who says loudest.
Yeah, especially
JK.
in this day and age.
JK. Yeah, that's how the internet works for sure. Poor things, huh? Got a bunch of people that ain't funny. But they think they funny because other people are funny and they follow them
Hold
first.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
That's
see Joshua Zome Romero bringing Lagunitas in the chat. That's also a classic California brewery that we're going to move on from. because the new producer.
Why are we gonna move on?
thinks
Look, well, you know why? Is because
I'm the only one who likes
now you're
beer
not heated
content?
anymore, and we want to go back to why you're so heated.
I don't know if we need to go back to why I'm heated. Are you
You should have
heated
seen
about
this
it
guy.
either?
You should have seen this guy when I walked in.
I was heated.
He was like, the list, and then he flipped his couch. The list, and he threw something at his TV. It was crazy.
The list.
The list. He tossed a dog lightly onto the couch.
Well, yeah, you gotta be nice to my dogs. Do you see my dogs?
The list.
The
And he put his
list.
face through the TV.
What list did you think I was talking about?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. It was unclear.
JDR. I feel like the chat is behind. Barbara in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, I think she's right there. What do you got though? What's going on? What's up with the list, boys?
I'm so fucking tired. So tired of hearing about this list. This list that like,
haunting him.
whoa. Whoa.
Oh no.
Wow, it's amazing how you kept that
spilled
beer
my
in the
drink.
glass. I know. We need to get you a wine glass that has some beveled edges because
No.
you're about to spill the LRVT
I
glass.
will
over
just
there.
calm down. Huh. You know what I'm saying?
JDR Vance.
JDR Vance, I'll smack the shit out of you.
Oh boy!
Excuse us while we have a quick commercial break.
We mentioned the last time listening. I listened to the podcast with Theo Vaughn and JD Vance.
How'd it
And
go?
In that, part of it was Theo Vaughn bringing up the list, and yeah, we should definitely release this.
Yeah.
But that was like a month ago before the
fuck it.
latest like
Yeah.
trajectory of there is no list. The list is not a list, but a book or like a detail or something.
A week
or,
before Cash Patel came out for the FBI and said that there ain't no nothing. A week before. What's her name? The spokesperson. Fucking
Gnome?
for the administration.
Christy Gnome?
No,
I think?
no,
No, that's the AG.
Yeah, you know, she starts with A, I think. In any case, she said right away, she was like, "Hey, dude, we got thousands of hours of crimes against children and fucking all this shit." Like a week before.
And
And
What
let me
happened?
tell you something. Well, what do you think was gonna happen? We all knew that. Come on, dude. Epstein got killed under Trump. Come on, my guy. He just does this stuff. This is like the. This is probably though. This would be hilarious if this is what. Because all right, let me back up. For many years, I feel like I've like many folks, seen right through. The Donald Trump bullshit, and there's just a really big population of people who actually believe this shit, you know. And so it was just like it kept like you just kept hitting these walls of like, okay, right, and you're doing that, and then it's just like it just keeps on rolling. And now, especially the last 7 months has been a hyper fucking high speed train of this going.
Hyperloop.
You've got to fucking see now. And I feel like for the first time, like they're not really seeing, but they're at least like they're not letting go. They're not just like giving into the lie, because so often they were like, oh yeah, if you, the 5,000 and you shouldn't get one if you didn't vote for this guy. And they're like, well, nobody's getting one. That was the point. They duped you about all this kind of this stuff, and they keep duping you, and you keep going, but it's like you keep changing up, or that's what it really meant, or he's just doing his job, and like they'll just justify. Because again, I think a lot of people that are outspoken have you know malice in their hearts. But I think most normal folks, and just like a lot of the normal folks who end up kind of, again, I don't want to say falling for it, I mean just hearing that, right, who empathize with whatever perspective they might be putting out in a different way than the malice that this other person might have. If I'm trying to explain that, because I'm just trying to say that I think a lot of people have really good hearts, and I think they just get duped because that's why like you get these things where people like change their mind. They and again, for what it's worth, I think everybody got duped. Oh, I'm not talking about the right like it's some kind of fucking thing. I've been telling you for motherfucking 5 years now, and everybody got duped about Joe Biden. Like that was my point for fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 years now. I've been saying that shit forever. So it's like, all right, and you're being duped by fucking Donald Trump, and it's just like I don't know. When the motherfuckers back up and realize that we're all being duped. When the motherfuckers like stop being gotcha'd, you know, by the motherfuckers we trust. I don't know.
It's tough because this is how the country has been built.
Oh, yeah.
From, I nerded out the other day, and I think Gatsby would appreciate this, on a little bit of how the tube TV works. And
sorry.
TV has been a big part of the propaganda machine that fuels what you're talking about. And we've seen this transition, because I looked it up because I was wondering about how did this same transition happen from radio to television, because we're experiencing and have been experiencing for probably a decade at least the transition from television to social media for this like machine of propaganda to be positioned in front of all of us. And so I was looking this up, and there's some really interesting things about CRT TVs and all that shit. I'm not going to get into it because that's not interesting for anyone else. But I found it interesting that the technology that was driven then, and who was the ones that who were the scientists that put that forward? Because when I thought about it, I was like, well, do we feel the same, did we see the same evilness that feels around social media, that it feels so intentionally and is intentionally evil, and we know it is built to be this machine of destruction for our minds, and all these reasons that we shouldn't have our kids on these platforms, and there's limits in other countries that don't allow children to be on these platforms for as much time as they choose, but it's limited. It's strictly limited, in fact. And are you waiting for the part where it gets interesting for you, Gatsby?
No, I'm just testing things out. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're getting there.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. He's new. We're working things out.
Fresh fish.
Gatsby's new. If you haven't read Hemingway's Great Gatsby, what a read to put you to fucking sleep. Big comment on there. What do you think about that, Justin?
What are we talking about? Main Rock's comment here. He says, for y'all just listening, just say, can't trust none of thems. You see what they did to Elizabeth Epps locally, what they're doing to Mom Downey now. The two parties working unison to protect Capitol and white supremacy. I mean, again, I think that especially the two-party elites. So again, I think what happens is when Main Rock, I would assume, especially means the two-party elites, right? Like the people within these Democratic and the Republican conventions that are giving all the money and controlling all the voices, right? Because it's in reality, I think, again, there's just a lot. I think there's a lot of people in Congress or in the Senate or in local districts and regional districts that are really trying to do good things, and sometimes get duped by the people above them. You know what I mean? And they're not necessarily even being paid off. It's not even a thing like that. Sometimes I think they just get duped, right? And so, but when we say the two parties, I've learned that when I talk that way, other people think I'm talking about them because they identify with one of the parties. So in their mind, I'm an outsider going oh, the two parties are really against us all.
See, I'm
a Democrat or I'm a Republican, and so you must be talking about me. And that's why I'm so clear right now, where I'm I want to be clear about how I feel about most people. I think most people, even a lot of the folks who support the things that I support, I think they do so naively. They don't have a full understanding of what they're supporting. I think a lot of people that support the things that I don't support support so naively. Like they're not doing it in malice. Again, where I think there's a lot of voices on both sides that have these malicious intents, right? Anyways, I just want to clarify that as far as, but I mean, yeah, I feel the same way. I feel, and I don't even know if it's white supremacy anymore. I know that it's white supremacy in a social norm sense. I feel like the social norm of the United States imperialism is inherently white supremacist, because that's where it was when it started and these ideas started. So when you take them back to some of these initial ideas, and again, there are some of the ideas that were worded to be more open and more, regard and free of every man and all this stuff. But then if you dig down into it, the social norms in those times still seeped in, you know what I mean? And came in and have these these weird things that go on. So by the time we end up down here, yes, there's a piece of it but I don't think that a lot of the people, I think that it's all money. I think it's just capital. I would even just take out white supremacy, because again, once you talk about white supremacy, then all of a sudden white people are like, well, I'm white. Are you talking about me? And I get that no, they should understand that as long as they're not being white supremacists, you're not talking about them. But still, I feel like just the language it don't help. And in reality, it's the money. You know what I'm saying? The money is the driving force now, even though a lot of the beginnings of this stuff came from white supremacy. So I understand why, but I feel like fighting that particular thing in these moments, like, we'll make more progress fighting the money. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if we fight the money, a lot of that, a lot of the white supremacy things go away inherently, because that was what that was. It was about keeping white people prospering in a time where they were over here trying to figure out some other bullshit and steal land from people. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just saying that's how I feel about it. Absolutely, the two parties. Oh, just to quote Main Rock again, and then I'll let Steve talk after that. Absolutely, the two parties. So he's agreeing with something I said. Absolutely, the two parties shift further to the right was part of the plan. Obama, Biden are included in that. I fucking 100% agree. But there are real leftists who continue to make attempts to take part in the system. But once in the system, you have to make deals with the devils to make gains. It's beyond social norms because it's the root of the system. And again, I realize I don't mean our social norms. I think, again, the social norms from the time when the system came out. And now they're protecting the money, which inherently protects the social norms from fucking 1776. So that's what I really mean. Coming through the ride, somebody said, is this guy drunk? Oh, you talking to me? That not yet, but I'm on my way. Main Russ said, what they're having an issue now is the increase of economical and political power of others groups. I mean, yeah, and I guess Mamdani is a good example of that. I would argue though that Mamdani is.
Before you do that,
go ahead.
Respond.
It's your turn.
Yeah. Because I hear what you're saying, because I truly believe that obviously white supremacy is a vehicle for fascism. I think we can all agree on that. We've seen it.
Say that one more time.
White supremacy is a vehicle for fascism.
Oh, sure.
Like the ideology of fascism. And
yeah. I think any supremacy is
a ideology of
of
fascism. And from my very small understanding of history, fascism seems to go pretty hand in hand, not always, but most as in 90% of the time, with capitalism. And I don't find that, the evil, white supremacy is evil, like the way that shit works.
Sure.
Fascism is evil in my viewpoint, and believe that.
Same.
And capitalism also, a question I've always pondered is, does capitalism breed fascism, or does fascism breed capitalism? Because they always seem to go so hand in hand, where you see this fascist ideology that drives capitalism so far forward, but you also see this crazy advancement and also social norms changing. Like America is the great experiment of this happening, of seeing what happens when you push the borders of fascism in the society that we have now. with social media, with television, because a lot of the shit that happened with fascism, as our memories like put it together, which we say fascism and World War II is like our tie down point, right? The Nazis and Hitler, that's fascism.
Yeah.
But fascism has existed before that for centuries and exists now. And exists now in a way that if you don't know what fascism is truly as an ideology, it's easy to miss what's happening here in this country around fascism and how this country is driving its way towards fascism deeper and deeper from the concentration camps that are being built in our country. The exportation of people to countries they don't have any affiliation with. This is fucking fascism. And when it comes to capitalism, we find that fascism definitely fucking loves it. It runs right into it with the control, with the ability to damn others and be able to bring up the other ones that aren't those that you're damning to create a market, to create the things that capitalism needs to survive, which also is fucking workers. You can't have capitalism without fucking labor. And someone has to do the work to make all this happen, whether you believe it's fucking robots and the robots have to be tended to, or the code has to be tended to, or whatever you think your little fucking, what's the democratic word right now? Abundance future is right now, which is just as fucking fascist and crazy of an idea as Project 2025 or whatever that shit was. That was the
all these
was the
motherfuckers
tickling
wild,
little
bro.
bill about all this shit. And so when I 100% agree with Maine, right? Like it is white supremacy.
I know you do.
And that is the easiest fucking way to go from American slavery that happened in the birth of this country to continue this obliteration of the working class to fucking fund the capitalist class that benefits from all this shit. And this is centuries long projects that have been going on and are continuing. And we are seeing either the decimation of what America is, or we are seeing the fucking absolute fucking plan that they wanted to do from the beginning to make this shit happen the way it's happening now, exactly how it is. Trump saw it and said, I'm going to capitalize because now's the fucking right time to play this fucking play, because it hasn't been the right time. Bush tried. Bush, again, the other Bush, almost tried, but I don't know if that dude had the whole capacity to figure it out. But their administration
Dick
do a
Cheney
lot more
did
in
all
all
that.
this, right? But there's been players in the fucking game for a long time, but no one has fucking struck as hard as Trump, because no one's been able to do the shit that Trump has been able to do in the way he's done it. And now he's taken this fucking this is the fear I have, because the country has been taken by a person who knows this.
Yeah, but
or at
but
least
that's
the people
doesn't-
around him knows he's the vehicle to do this.
But doesn't the Mamdani was it the primary? Didn't that like show a little bit of something to you?
No.
Why not?
No. I mean, it's false fucking hope from the coverage of the Democrats pretending they're going to support somebody like that with ideologies like that to any other level. That was a mistake. That was fucking Andrew Cuomo thinking that he can run third party, which he's doing, and just dump money into a fucking campaign.
I think that they've been chipping like the progressives that I feel like do not have malicious intent, because again, I think there are people in there who are just there to capitalize and to dupe motherfuckers and to try to get a check, right? So
Every time you say dupe now, you got to take a drink, because that's like
I
13
bet.
times.
done. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
Gatsby's got to drink too.
So
That's
do
a
y'all.
rule.
But I'm just saying.
Every
Look,
time he
look,
says dupe.
I'm just saying. I think it's because millions of people came out for Mamdani, and I realized, because I get that it's just New York, but New York is such a big place. There's so many people there, right? That's not the kind of place that this kind of thing typically happens. These types of things they happen, and they'll happen in smaller places. They'll happen in like regional areas. You have AOC, who takes a neighborhood or two. Like, they're not a district, right? She's like, we're talking about the mayor, and it all is this just luck. right? I think it's just luck. I think it's the Biden and the Biden presidency run. I think it was Kamala and that whole thing going on. I finally got me.
That'll happen.
I know. Sorry. Where was I?
Kamala.
Biden. Kamala. Trump. I think Eric Adams. I think I think all of that shit, like everything. I think individually those things aren't powerful enough to make it.
Exactly.
But I think overall we're in this position where it's like, oh, this is special, bro. Like that's. I don't think that's like just something to toss over. I think that he has a real chance
on that.
And if he does, sure, maybe they're like, yo, they're not gonna let him. But I'm like, look. That's what they said about Trump.
Doesn't this feel like Bernie though?
Trump was able to overtake all of that talk
Bernie was
and
a
make
senator
them do what he said. And I'm not saying that Mom Daddy's going to do that. I'm just saying that if somebody had the balls to stand up to the Democratic Party, they may have a bearing to spin the wheel. Shout out to
Bernie was a
shout out to
senator.
Spoke. Lone that's a destiny, and no one can stop us.
Yeah, Laonda, Bernie Sanders.
Fuck yeah, Bane don't like Bernie Sanders.
I'm not saying I like.
Bane's a Bernie hater.
I'm just saying, Bernie Sanders gave me the same feeling that you're talking about. This hope, this is what should be happening.
To me sometimes,
right? Mondani, this is what should be happening. This is the message coming to the people, and I don't want to take anything from Mondani and what he did, because he is what I do believe is the changing factor is what Mondani did. I don't think he'll be successful. I think he will be crushed by the Democratic Party in one way or the other, and by money in New York, because that race was won because nobody thought anybody else could win it but an established Democrat. And you see that in the money, you see that in their efforts to like run a primary against this guy, and then you see them, the way that the Democrats act is just villainizing this dude, which all feels like Bernie. And Bernie, this dude is a nobody.
Yeah, but Bernie was recent enough for us to all remember that and say that.
But Bernie was a senator for years, which you would think, if you put your head in the Democratic Party elite of like, this dude's been like, he's done his work, he has respect, and they still dicked him. And they dicked him harder, right? They let him go all the way, and then they bought the election out so Biden could win that year. And fucking,
he said, untrue, I voted Bernie, this guy. What a liar.
Don't talk about me like that.
Were you born in July? Liar.
I was, and I'm not. So fuck you, and don't talk about Main Rock or I like a liar.
Oh, I was talking Main Rock. Born in July.
I was born in July. That's what I'm saying. I'm taking offense because I was born in July.
Hey, when's your birthday? In a week? Last week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I missed your birthday. Sorry. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Well, Gatsby already told me happy birthday.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
I had to call him to have him wish me happy birthday. I was like, do you have something to say to me?
I'm going to call all kinds of random people on my birthday. Then their birthday ended and be like, what you got?
But real antagonistically, like real, just got to be
what day
aggressive
is it,
about it. Hey, you know the date?
Hey,
what's the date?
Why you ain't call me?
What's the date?
What?
Oh, that don't mean nothing to you? That date don't mean nothing to you?
That shit's hilarious.
It ain't special to you?
Hey, why you ain't call me? Hey, speaking of why you ain't call me, hey, actually this has nothing to do with why you ain't call me. I mean, you were saying, you were saying something, and then I had a finish. You thought I wanted to finish on Bernie and Mom Donnie, and we could move on. But you were finishing something, maybe I cut you off.
Maybe, but you can go.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say, so again, you chip away at things, right? I think Bernie is a chip. Now, in my mind, Bernie was the tree falling. Get it, right? It's not always the tree falling. And typically, if you've ever chopped down a tree with an axe, it doesn't fall right away. It doesn't fall when you think it's going to fall. It like, as soon as you think you're going to make it fall, it goes, and then you got like 2 or 3 more still to go. So it's just like this, but I feel like over the years, there's just been these things and these broken promises and these ways that people are learning that, like, okay, these things. I think even like Obama, who is still like kind of like a Democratic saint in some ways, you know, in reality, I feel like a lot more people are kind of coming around to understanding, like, yo, like this this wasn't necessarily the best of times, you know, like as far as what the policies that were actually being proceeded with, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I think these things are small chips. I think Bernie was a big chip, and I think Mamdani, if not a really big chip, you know, I think anytime is just another towards this thing where eventually this tree is gonna fall, and we're not gonna be able to be duped by it, right? Because the Democratic Party still needs, or the Republican Party still need the support of the people. Like they are like they may be run by the elites.
Did y'all drink when he said that?
It's only as far by duped, my guy.
Again?
Only as far as the people will continue to vote for it. And the people can be duped. Here we go.
I'd like to interject there, though.
And I think with commercials and all kinds of stuff and the internet and all these different things that have all propaganda and all kinds of stuff that's always been coming. But I feel like the internet is this different place where enough people are getting on. There has to be this spark eventually, because that's what the internet is. The internet is this showcase of all. And with AI, I feel like we better fucking figure it out now, or else we're all just going to fall into discouragement of never knowing anything's real or not. And we're real close to that. But in any case, I think this is the time. I think Mamdani is a good sign. I think that there's a few other prospects out there that could make some waves, and I think that there's still people that maybe if their voices could be pushed forward and upheld. I mean, they could be the next Bernie Sanders, if not this election, the next one. And I don't mean to be talking futuristic like that. I'm just being realistic at what the fuck it is. But I'm telling you that especially this Epstein shit, I don't know. There are a lot of cats that are like that were, you know, that were supporters who were questionable right now, and maybe still support, right? But they're at least questionable about this thing, and it's a big thing, you know, like people who, whether they agree with you or not, these people that get all fired up about pedophiles and shit, and like they're pissed off about that. They're really pissed off about that. They're really pissed off about that. They're not letting that shit go.
Pedophiles are polling low.
Look, and they're not letting that shit go, and that's a thing that we all can agree on, right? There might be louder people and saying stuff about like things that you may not like. You're like, what? That's you're just putting all the list of all the people your side doesn't like on this list. In reality, it's all of them. But it's this thing where we all agree down here. We all agree this thing's whack, and this is Trump's attempt to try to brush that under the carpet, and I don't know.
Rug.
It's all like Mamdani a couple weeks ago. This going on now. Iran was another big one that was, again, I feel like pulled the rug from motherfuckers. If you want to use that particular thing instead of duped, here we go. Take a shot. Or a sip. But in any case, you know, anyways, that's all I got to say about that.
Well, what I have to say about that is I think people who are 100% on board with what is going on, which there is plenty of people, feel the same way about you.
I think they're naive, though.
Well, they feel the same way about you.
But that's because then they're going to tell me something that I've heard and that I also know, because they think I've never heard it because
what
they heard it
do?
From someplace.
What did they do when they hear about a list that they cared about for so long, and then now all of a sudden it's not real?
They got duped. No, I'm not saying that it's not real. I told you it was real too.
No, they think it's not real because that's what they were told to say. But
they don't.
Believe.
That's what I'm saying is they really don't. There's only a few. You got like motherfuckers like Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter last week said that they didn't kill enough Indians on Twitter. That's what that bitch said. Fucking Ann Coulter.
Holy bucket.
Let me tell you how far right you got to be to say some wild shit like that on the internet, because a native somewhere was critical of some, you know, something about the war or some shit like that. And her response is that we quote unquote talk about the white army, talking about we didn't kill enough Indians, right? And so that was the thing she said a week ago. And this week she's like, Donald Trump is a fucking liar, and all of these other things. And so I'm telling you that even these motherfuckers that are diehard are like, they're diehard on this fucking no pedophile shit. Or they're diehard and at least looking like they're no pedophile shit. Because their followers are diehard on that shit. They know they can't cross it. They know no one can.
And they did.
And no, Trump is trying to right now, but I don't think it's working.
I think it is.
Yeah, look.
Because the powers that be, the Democrats in themselves, don't want this to happen
Look at this
either.
bitch and culture. I wish a bitch would say some shit like that. She didn't say it. She typed it for what it's worth.
How about that Diddy list?
Dang, see, that's what I was saying. Because the whole Diddy got off in the same ways. Because they tried to lace him with a RICO charge without the right stuff, and they didn't charge him for the right things because they thought that they were a shoe-in on this RICO charge that they didn't use the right evidence for.
Sure.
I mean, that's what they fucking said, and I'm telling you, this is the same thing. It's these motherfuckers up there that fucking they either have all the money or whatever, and they sneak by every fucking time. And I tell you what, P. Diddy ain't white. That's why I'm saying it's not just white supremacy; it's the money. It might be founded because in 1776, that was probably 100%, don't fucking lie to yourself, the idea of the people that were making this Constitution. But at the same time, I'm telling you, like 200 years later, on this dream has been flooded by immigrants, and these so many white folks. You being a prime example are like, hey, we're all Americans, and this is what America is, and we're all immigrants, and you don't have to just be a white immigrant. You could be any immigrant, and you could be somebody who's native here, and whatever. We're just trying to make a land that's prosperous for everybody, and freedom, and boom, and the things, and that's what I'm saying. Is Maine says fuck a ball, and that's what I'm saying. Fuck all the elites. All them motherfucking elites, they're the ones who run this shit. They're the ones doing this, and they're the ones that create the propaganda, that use things like, I'm a branding guy. I do my best to try to help
propagandize for businesses.
Hey, dude, you can call it that, but in reality, what I'm trying to do is be honest, and that's what I'm encouraging folks to do is just be honest. Be honest about these things. If this is real about you, let's lean into the real thing. That's going to help you. These other fake things and making all this stuff up. But you know what? There's other people with the same brain as me who have a very high level of creativity, but they utilize that to make money in other ways, where they use that thing to try to boom, boom, plant these seeds or say this thing or make a flashy thing over here while this thing happens over here. And that's their job. And it's gross, but it's not everybody's fault who ends up falling for it. We're all just human beings. We all have a different experience. We all have a different education level. We all have a different experience level with different parts of the world and what people are capable of and what people can do. And I'm just saying that I think there's that way more that hopefully, maybe I'm being optimistic. Maybe I'm a people person, but I feel like we are coming to a precipice where
I'm glad you're using the toilet paper.
We're either self-destructive. Thank you. We're either self-destructive or we can find this unified understanding about some things. Not because we're all fucking righteous and we all came to the conclusion about the same ideas, but very specifically because we're done being lied to. And we have the internet and the communication in a position to not be lied to. No matter how we feel about
Maybe
stuff.
not
And we can
that.
still disagree and shit. But then at least we won't be lied to. Not so easily at the very least.
We will be
and again,
lied
I don't know. Maybe I'm a motherfucking optimist.
lied
And I'm talking about maybe I'm I'm an optometrist. And I'm talking about I don't fucking know. I'm not a motherfucking dentist.
Maybe we will well, not maybe. We will continue to be lied to. The difference I think you're talking about is we can know when they're lying to us. I think that is that's the key there. But I with the Diddy stuff and Epstein and the contrast between one getting off and one, getting off, but boy, bad choice of words there. Gatsby, why'd you put that in the teleprompter? God damn it. But with what I was saying earlier, fascism and capitalism walk hand in hand, and especially with the ability in fascism to buy your way into a status. And that's what we see everyone in this elite status that comes to, because it is about capital in the end, which is why I see this tie between fascism and capitalism, and that you're right. White supremacy is not about Diddy and his ability, but as a person who has made
Main Rock
millions.
makes the point that that Diddy's money was tied to white folks, and that makes it white supremacist. I mean, I hear that argument. I don't necessarily agree, but I don't disagree. I mean, I hear your argument. I don't disagree with you. I mean, I think it's more complex than that, though. I think trivializing it down to one thing, again, I think that and then you're just you're fighting white supremacy while motherfuckers with all the money behind our backs fucking keep shitting us down because they're making all the money. And I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're right. I have no fucking idea, but I think I'm right. So fuck off, Main Rock.
I mean, at that
shout out to Main Rock. At
that point, I definitely. Hold on, I read the wrong comment. 2 things. It said money has him doing business with white folks who have some pull. Yeah. Okay, don't act like that's not what played.
Oh, I didn't see this other comment. Biggest
in that. Fuck, man, I can't read it all right.
Why
now.
you say it out loud, bud, so other people can hear you? We're on a podcast.
I'm trying to, but I can't read it. It's just too small. It's like it's not about the audio. It's
Main
about the visual.
Main said Diddy was convicted of 2 of 3 things. That said, the money has him doing business. Oh, son of a biscuit. Son of a bottom dollar biscuit. All right. That said, the money has him doing things with white folks who have some pull. Don't act like that's not what played in to that because he has some dirt on someone. Further, that's also a white supremacist tactic, redirecting conversations to things that aren't the root. And he also said the biggest thing is that what is exactly being missed, but Stephen did say labor solidarity. Its biggest obstacle is the amount of dumbasses who have to be included and have no problem being distracted. And again, I don't think it's that they want to be distracted. I think motherfuckers just don't always have
They're just
the
folks.
experience to not be dude.
They're just people.
Look, and you know what it is, dude, is when you like the more people and the more different types of people that you deal with, the just more you realize that everybody has not just like a different perspective but it's just like literally a different noggin, right? Like everybody's brain is just different. And if that's the case, and we can find like-minded folk and have a conversation with them, that means inherently that they're, I guess not inherently, I've been using that word too many times. That means
drink
by consequence. No, that was a different word. That means by consequence that other people are not in your relative, like where you relate to when you talk. So that means they'll be talking about something else. And so when we come up with our ideas between like-minded motherfuckers, I think that just means there's other motherfuckers coming up with other ideas. And maybe I think a lot of them are whack ideas. Sometimes people come up with tight stuff that I ain't never thought of. But it's just like I don't blame motherfuckers that like as if they want to be distracted, and I don't want to call them dumb because they're naive to something that I know that they may not through their experience may say something else. And I hear that. Like I hear motherfuckers that say some stuff where I'm like, man, I don't agree with you, but I know exactly why you would think that. And I hope you find differently. But right now, I ain't mad at you for having this thought, like the way that you're not being a malicious person. You're not like having this. You have this perspective here that I think is wrong, but it comes from this experience you had that I think where you were wronged, and that's why this feels like the norm to you. And I'm like, I get it. Like that's what am I supposed to do about that? And I feel like if that's true about motherfuckers that go through stuff when I'm like, man, and I feel like I'm even on their side, and I feel like that about them, it's gonna happen to motherfuckers that I don't agree with, and that's all I'm saying. Also, fuck a Main Rock. AKA, shout out to Mighty Main Rock. What did Zone say? Zone said the FBI just want videos from both them to blackmail celebrities to follow their instructions. I mean, I don't know if the FBI does that, but I will say that I think the CIA does shit like that. I don't know, dude. I was talking to one of my Republican homies. Shout out to my anonymous Republican homie right now.
Shout out.
Who was telling me that's what she thinks too, where she was like, hey, they're like, hey, obviously I'm paraphrasing, this is not how she talks, but she was just like, hey dude, it's the CIA and that, and I think she blames the FBI, but I feel like that comes from again, more political stuff. And I'm sure the FBI up to some bullshit. I think the CIA is the one that that really holds the fucking, tries to hold it. Well, maybe it's the FBI. Fucking, I don't know. It's all these whack ass government agencies that shouldn't have been fucking created in the first place, and they need to dissolve. And instead they need to these types of and this is the way that they were brought up for people who wouldn't tell me, the FBI and the CIA, you're gonna want to just dissolve these traditional places that have been around forever. They haven't been around forever. They've only been around for a few decades as far as that's concerned. And second of all, they were created as like special task force. They were supposed to do a thing and be done. And I appreciate that aspect of doing stuff. I like that. I'm like, make a special task force when shit is so weird and something's going on, and have them do their motherfucking job and be done. But instead, these task forces end up becoming their own kind of entities in a sense, and they employ all kinds of people, and those people become the money-ridden motherfuckers, and all of a sudden, here we go again, and all of it just falls back down to capitalism and money and making the most money no matter who the fuck falls down for it. Rainrock says they're not malicious, but sure is dumb. God damn it. Stop calling people dumb. That's not nice. What you mean is they don't agree with you. And again, some of them might be dumb. I think a lot of them naive. I think most of them naive. Here we go. And I don't know. I think most people on some malicious shit because they're self-centered. I mean, I guess that's probably true about a lot of the people that I do agree with too then. So I don't know what to do with that. Zone says, why was nobody else arrested if these are a group events? Steven, what do you think?
Well, because the groups of people there were all people who are protected by the same system that isn't letting this other stuff out. Because the groups of people are folks that all have a well, we talk about. Well, you talked about Malice a lot.
I mean, I'm with y'all. Fuck them all, I guess, except for Bernie. I do still fuck with Bernie.
You talked a lot about Malice.
Yeah. Wait, can we talk about no Malice? Oh, I'm sorry. I took it from you. Fuck, that's tired. Earlier, Main Rock tried to steal a joke from Steve, and now I'm stealing a joke from Steve for what it's worth.
I'm not even trying to steal a joke, but I'm just saying, if you got Malice in your heart, I hope it's fucking. Oh man, I hope it's Malice and Pusha T in the new album.
What a motherfucking transition.
And the fucking music that they just put out, because,
bro,
boy, I love some fucking brass on a hip-hop album.
I love some clips.
And they came through. Because I mean they, as in clips, which if you're not catching the reference, Malice, brother of Pusha T, just put out the first Clips album since I fucking don't know when. And if you don't know what I mean by Clips, just hit that fucking cafeteria table, bump, fucking, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Grinding all day. And did you catch the fucking Tiny Desk?
Yeah, check this out. This who Malice on his joint said, hold up, I put it on my status on the Facebook the other day, and that shit was nasty as fuck. Because they did a song, and he says they did it on they did it after their parents died, and it was like Pusha T does his last interaction with his mom, and Malice does his last interaction with their dad, right? And in one of them lines, he said, the way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world. Let your mess become your message. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's so nasty. He's always been nasty as fuck, but fuck, dude. Like, it's so fun to hear that shit. And
you can hear
and remember, like, oh yeah, motherfuckers can still rap because it's been so long.
One of the things that I love about Pusha T, and you might not know this, but a lot of people in the chat know this, Pusha T is responsible for the chime from McDonald's. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. That's fucking Pusha T right
Hell
there.
Yeah.
And when I hear this album,
I'm loving
all I hear, when you hear those little piano riffs that are just these like 6-note riffs that are just like ba-da-bum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum, and like, oh man, you can hear it in the album. You can hear Pusha T's influence in the production, and I know Mouse is out there doing the same thing, and they're getting this album. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm talking a lot about the production because I've only given it like 75% of a spin, and my first spin is always more production based. And
it might be the album of the year, dude.
It might be.
Shout out to Stay Tuned.
My friends,
runner up, but my friends are year, dude.
My friends are saying that this is an early candidate for album of the year, because I don't think there's been much out that has really rivaled something like this.
For hip hop, the only people who are going to disagree are the kids, dude.
I mean, maybe, but what's even come out for the kids? I haven't even seen anything like popular come out outside of some like songs, like albums. No way, you know. But this one, you know, this is a combination of like the I don't know all the details of the history of Clips and No Malice and Malice and Pusha T and. Have you watched the One Piece documentary?
No.
So good. It's a Lego version of Pharrell's like upbringing, and so good. Pusha T's in there. He's like but all the live people who like voiceover, they do them in like their interview style, but as a Lego character. And like Pusha T's got a Lego character. It's so good.
But they finally got it on the the streaming service. So I'm a watch.
You gotta PB. You gotta watch it. My son made me watch it. And he's like, Dad, it's so good. You got to watch it.
I wanted to watch it when it came out. I'm like, that shit's hard, boy.
It's so good. It's so much fun. So good. So Pharrell. It's all Pharrell all day. But Pusha T's in it. And he talks about their upbringing because Pusha T and Pharrell grew up in the same projects. And they talk about that and what Pharrell did for him and Clips with the Grinding album, because that beat's that's a Pharrell beat, and they talk about that. And there is a Pharrell track, I believe at least one. I know for sure there's at least one Pharrell track on the new album, which is fucking great and awesome. But I mean, honestly, the production on this shit is
one of the best songs.
You know what I've always wanted from good music. You know, the shit he did with Kanye a long time ago, of what the influence I know Pusha T has, and his taste is just, I think, very in line with mine, and the samples and the brass and the fucking just the delicacy of the beats with this fucking rap style that's like gritty and nasty and poignant and fucking just like you got to run it back all the time. You're like, what did he just say? It's so fucking good, and I haven't given it its chance for the lyrics yet, but the production, man, I'm fucking all about it.
Oh, dude. Well, and Pusha and Malice are spitters. And it was always tied because they're like, I mean, some people, I guess they would argue that like Malice was the better one, or that Pusha T, because he did more, was the better one. I mean, I always thought, to be honest, they were like neck and neck. They sound like...
Oh, I have trouble. Like the Tiny Desk was nice because I could see who was rapping.
Oh yeah, because their voices are so similar.
I can
tell.
Like, wait a minute, who's this? Well, every verse, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, I gotta pause.
I could tell who's rapping when, you know what I mean? Like, I know, and I could tell even by their style, I could kind of tell who's going. But I also feel like they're two flowers of the same stem type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they definitely go hand in hand. And so even, you know, listening to Pusha T by himself or listening to,
because it would be different if Malice put out his own album, like, but they came together. It's all the same to me. It's all
high level rap,
high level, and just like hip hop.
Yeah.
Not just rap, but like toe to toe. Fucking all parts of it.
Clips. Some of the only drug rappers that I ever drug deal rappers that I ever believed. Yeah, they're some of the only ones I ever believed. And I don't know if they really did it or not, but that's part of it, right? Is it's like a lot of times it's like you could, like, it sounds like maybe even they really were dealing drugs, but the way they're describing it sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas like Pusha T and Malice, they sound like they're like, you know, I believe them. And there's just something to that. Like it's a writing style.
There's an authenticity.
Whether it's true or not, and I'm pretty sure it's true. But whether it's true or not, the point is that it like has a different.
True.
It has a different level of authenticity to the storytelling. It's wow, boy, I fuck with Clips heavy. Clips was one of the first like big groups we opened for. It was the first time we did the Fox.
Really?
In Boulder. Yeah. It was pretty hard.
I remember now.
For that album, which was still the Casket drops, so that had to be 2009. So it's been 16 years. Ain't that some motherfucking shit? Yeah. Spoke says he's Pharrell like on 3 tracks on the album.
Hell yeah.
It's a great album. Main right mentioned Kendrick on that album. Absolutely.
Yep, Kendrick's got
he's on that Chains and Whips, which again is a really just a hard ass song. It's a hard, and again, for some people just like music for the way it is. But if you fuck with lyrics and you fuck with the shit, like definitely this is like Chains and Whips. That's one of them ones where you're like, it's a deep song. And again, if you're just listening to it a surface level, you may not think so. But if you think if you listen to it and you're into that, It's a deep ass song. It's hard as fuck.
I couldn't even like run tracks back.
Hey, Dub still got the flyer from when we did clips in 2009. What up? Shout out, Dub. What
Shout
up?
out,
I saw you say what up earlier, and I meant to say what up, but Steve was talking, so my bad.
You know, always when Steve's talking.
Also, Main Rock promoting on the 21st of August, about a month from now. Clips at Mission. They don't call it Mission Ballroom right now. I've been told strictly not to call them that, or I might lose the potential sponsorship.
Just Mission.
They're just the Mission, which doesn't make no fucking sense, but that's all right. That's not up to me. And he said Drink Chats with them was a good breakdown on the McDonald's Arby's work he did. Yep, I did remember seeing that. Was Malice? Oh, maybe. I think Malice was on there. I want so many Drink Chats now, boy. I fuck with Drink Chats heavy, and I get lost sometimes. I mix all the episodes together.
Yeah. I don't watch Drink Champs and haven't seen that, so I might have to check it out.
Oh yeah,
because
there was a fresh ass Drink Champs recently too. If y'all fuck with podcasts and fuck with listening to hip hop shit, Drink Champs has some really good really dope interview. Oh, Linkin Park was on recently, and they were really dope. Like
well,
it was just like you hear like real classic old school stories you would never hear anywhere else. I feel like, and it's supernatural, and I don't mean I mean like it's natural in like a super way. Like it's just really really easy for these fools to talk all together. Anyways, we should start wrapping up. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, what I was gonna say is, for those folks out there who like to listen to podcasts, who might be listening to this podcast right now, I'm working on a little series where I'm looking for some people to talk with me about music and albums, especially albums, not just songs, but albums. And there may be even some candidates in the chat that I've even thought about bringing on for this interview. If you want to shout out right now, if you think you're one of them, I would love to sit down with some people. And even if you don't think you're one of the people I was thinking about, throw it in the chat and say what's up. But if you'd be interested in talking about a little bit of music with me and coming on the cast and doing so, because I'd love to do it. It's going to come out soon.
Hell yeah. Speaking of some other local shit too, for what it's worth, 107.1, I think, The Drop, they're doing like maybe it's 104. I don't fucking remember. They're local, y'all. In Denver, it's one of the hip hop stations, the smaller one, but it's the doper one. They play the tight shit. And now they're doing like a series with a bunch of local artists, like performing live, almost kind of like NPR Tiny Desk style, but like with just a song or two. I think, I'm not entirely sure exactly, but they just promote it. Main Rock promoted it because Stay Tuned did one. And yeah, the little trailer looked pretty tight. So there's a lot of cool ass shit, and maybe that's a good look. As far as finding some motherfuckers to have discussions with, as far as maybe something you could talk to the Stay Tuned cats about, maybe not just Main Rock, or I wasn't supposed to say that, but in any case, yeah, Steven working on some shit, and he's trying to talk to some motherfuckers and get some and do some like.
Where are you at in the chat? I'm waiting for y'all.
Like,
he's got a response to him, but not a response to me, huh?
Come on, but it's always like 30 seconds delayed. Sorry, this fool Steve don't know how the internet works.
But my 30 seconds happened before your 107.5.
That's because 30 seconds ago I was talking about that.
Yeah, and 30 seconds before that I was talking about my shit. Main Rock ain't got nothing to say. Main Rock ain't got nothing to say. Never mind, Main Rock. I'm going to Itchy first. I'm going to Itchy first.
Stevie D in the place to be.
Ryan and I will do a show first.
Low-key, because
you'll be last.
Low-key, because of Stevie B. Stevie D is like one of the hardest names I've ever called you.
I mean, that's the name that's only few have called.
Stevie D is one of the hard. All right, so let's talk about it real quick. How about give it a 15-second rundown? If you had Main Rock on, this is your promo for that particular episode. Let's do it soon. What are you gonna do?
Here's the thing. The goal is to get y'all to listen to a little bit more music that you might not listen to. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to bring on people and talk about albums that had a significant impact on them. and let them talk about it. We'll talk about the album. We'll listen to it. We'll let y'all know what album we're going to talk about before it comes out, so y'all can peep it too and listen and hear us talk about the album, the influence, and what we're listening to currently, and just get a little deeper and get to know the artist and
run up ATLians this week
and,
because whoever's going to be on to talk. Oh yeah, that's hard, boy. I like that.
Oh, what did I say? You're going to have to wait for the email.
Let's talk about... Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, my bad. But I do want to talk about what Spoke got going on, too, my dog. But keep on going. What were you saying, Steve?
I was just saying to Main Rock, he missed it, and so he's just going to have to wait for the email.
I bet. Hey, shout out to Inkline. I see you over here in the comments. My dog.
Inkline's in there?
Hey, speaking of Inkline, I got to text you back. Hey, let's...
Inkline's on the list.
I gotta get...
He's on the list. He might be the first call.
I got to get to your house. I got to get to your house next week. Let's work this out. Let's get that going. Spoken words, my dog. You said I've been putting on the Portal sessions, bringing artists and showcasing their music.
I love the Portal sessions, my dog. I love them.
Check out the block party at the Denver DJ School with Marcel from DiLisio. Hey, that's another one that's hilarious because I've watched like interviews with De La, and then they'll like call him like Mas and shit like that, or like they say it so fast, or like it's Marcel. Like I don't know how to say that for his name. I always say it like with a Latin, like Marcel, like his name is Marcel, and I don't know if that's true how you say that. And speaking of, were we saying that on the podcast, or was that just me and Steve conversation where we were talking about words we've only read?
That was just you and I.
Oh yeah. Oh, but posthumously we figured out on the so anyways, sometimes you just read words and you don't know how they actually come out. And my dog from DiLisio is one of them cats. But in any case, let's start wrapping this up. We're gonna put out some more stuff. Steven's got an idea here he wants to follow through with, that we need Stay Tuned or Main Rock or Spoken Words or any and all the cats that we fuck with us to discuss your favorite albums with him. And we're going to run down that rabbit hole and see where that takes us, to see what kind of show that creates, where you kick it with Stevie D and talk some hip hop and some music shit. And not necessarily just hip hop, just music shit, total. You know what I'm saying?
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Maceo, see? I never fucking knew. And thank you, Main Rock. Appreciate that helps. Shout out to Mighty Main Rock. Got all kinds of stuff going on. Check out Stay Tuned after this break. They got
a show in August.
Shout out Spoken Words, our dog that always fucking putting on like the coolest shit. I'm not just promoting homies. I get that though, like your homies say all this stuff. I tell you, my homies do fucking tight shit. Okay? So fucking follow what my homies are doing. When these fools are telling you to go check some shit out, I promise you that's the type of shit you want to check out. And then myself, I'm interested in doing, if anybody's ever been my Facebook friend, I'm sure a couple of y'all been my Facebook friend before. I'm a ranter, and I go on rants.
Whenever I ask anybody, or anybody asks me, what's this podcast about?
Talking shit.
And
so I go on these rants sometimes, and I used to save them for Facebook, and lately I haven't been really writing a lot of rants at all. And I feel like, you know what, maybe, and I feel like in reality it was Steven and Erick's idea. I mean, Steven and somebody else's idea. I mean, Erick before he left the podcast. And then and it was their idea really, but they told me essentially like why don't you just rant type of shit. And I'm like, hey, you know what I should do is rant. And so I might got a little bit of content for y'all in that kind of way, but we're gonna see what we kind of do, what it's like to create different types of content. We're gonna try to be more consistent with the podcast itself. Maybe you guys can hold that to us by making sure you like it, subscribe, and go comment, go say some shit, tag us in some
share,
stuff.
Share a little bit.
If you ain't heard from us in a week or two, motherfucker, tag us in some shit, and we'll post your shit and write an apology to you, and we'll post some more shit. We got shit we want to do. We got shit we want to figure out. We got dreams we want to I mean, I guess see come true, but just goals we want to accomplish, because dreams are for sleeping. And your motherfucker boy, matter of fact, find me on IG at Dreams Are For Sleeping, no G at the end.
Dreams are for sleeping, caffeine, nicotine, and
at
dreams.
LRVTpodcast.com. It's been the Lone Ranger vs. Tonto in this motherfucker, and unless Steven got something else,
that's it.
We out.